Hello, everyone. Welcome to another VanHack webinar. I am super excited for this one. My name is Ilya. I'm the CEO and founder of VanHack, and today we have two awesome VanHack team members, VanHackers, I guess, too. We have Stephanie from Germany and Ash from Canada. And on today's webinar, we're going to be talking about where people should move, what is the benefits of living in Germany or Canada, and what's, having a little competition here about which country is better, friendly competition, because both are great places. So before we get started, as always, we're going to do a quick sound and video check. So can everyone see us, hear us? If you can see us and hear us, please write in the chat, which I think is on this side. I'm not sure. Just write, yes, or yes, we can. Hi, Roberto. Hi, Lucas. Hi, Marcelo, Victor, Danielle, Lucas, Ern, Samuel, Thiago, everyone. Hi. So yes, Victor is saying it's good, everything okay. Yes, awesome. Thanks, guys. Great, it's working, magic. Let's get right into it. In today's webinar, we're going to talk about the two countries, Germany and Canada. We're going to talk about the differences about the countries, both from a professional point of view as well as a quality of life and just general kind of living in point of view. And then we're going to talk about the tech scene and give you tips on how to find jobs in those two markets. Please, during this conversation, ask as many questions as you want, as you can. We're going to be always answering you. So hey, Felipe, hey, Thiago, Usman, hi. We just had to help someone from Pakistan get hired, actually. So it's really cool to see people from Pakistan here. A lot of great talent
from India. Hello.
Yeah. So we got a great group here with us, and we're going to make it as fun as possible. So please ask us questions. Don't be shy. Okay, cool. So without further ado, let's get started. Ladies first. Stephanie, here in Berlin, can you tell us a little bit more about yourself first, and then a little bit more about Germany?
Yeah, hi. I'm super excited and a little bit nervous, as you may know. So I work for VanHack, I'm country manager for Germany. It's my dream job, by the way. And yeah, what to say about Germany? I really, for sure, of course, I love Germany because we have so many good things going on here. Like we have a great nature, wonderful landscape, but also so many innovation in tech and well-paid tech jobs in Germany. I don't know. Just ask me questions. There's so many things to say. I don't know how to start, where to start, but I'm happy to answer all your questions. Ash. Your time.
Awesome. Great to have you here, Stephanie. Yes, please, Ash, go ahead. Who are you? Where are you? A little bit of your personal history as actually someone who's moved to Canada, and then maybe a little bit about Canada itself.
I want to start by saying I also really like Germany, and it was really nice working out there with Stephanie and Ilya last month.
What a Canadian thing to say.
I think, no, Germany's a beautiful place. Definitely Berlin is a very good tech scene as well. That said, right now I'm in Toronto, which is amazing. It's, as Ilya loves to say, it's the city that added the most tech jobs in 2016, 20,000. And it's one of the fastest growing ecosystems in the world. That said, I'm originally from India. I lived there till I was 18. And I was lucky to go to university in Canada, and I've been here now 10 years as of 2 weeks ago, as last week. Yeah. So I got here August 31st, 2007. I just got my PR 10 days ago, which is amazing. This is the Canadian dream, I think. And the reason I love working in Canada and living in Canada is that people are very nice. It's true. But also it's a very acceptive culture. It's a good community, and it's a big country. There's so many cities, so many places, and we really don't have any people yet. So it's nice, and it's a good place to start a life, I think. In terms of tech, I would say that we're still growing. Vancouver is still much VanHack is from Vancouver, and it's a growing scene. Toronto is pretty big, and I think this is probably the next like in terms of funding, it's going to be the next big thing because a lot of money is coming in from the US and people as well. Montreal is a beautiful tech scene. Yeah, it's a big country. And if you have any questions, happy to answer them. Excited. Cool.
Awesome. Really great, guys. So I guess one question we can dive right into is the tech scenes in a little bit more in detail. So everyone here, and by the way, hey Marcelo, good to see you here. Marcelo loves Germany, so I guess he's a little bit biased. So everyone here is looking for a tech job abroad, who wants to get hired in in Canada and Germany. So if I was a software engineer or someone who works in tech and I wanted to move to Canada or Germany, what would you say to me to convince me to come to Canada instead of Germany, or Germany instead of Canada?
It's pretty easy, but I mean, Berlin is called the second Silicon Valley. So, but what else? So, guys, all the cities VanHack is like have an office or people work for VanHack in. It's like this is a sign that this place is a very good place, a good country, a good city for tech jobs. I mean, so Canada, Germany, Amsterdam, like where VanHack has offices is like a sign too.
Yeah, quickly on that, the way we do it is every city that is a good city to bike is where we have offices. This is our. So if you guys want to walk to or bike to work, then yeah, come get a job with VanHack and we'll help you make that happen. But to be serious, yeah, I guess I'm here in Germany. I live in Berlin right now. Canadian, live in Berlin. I think Berlin's a great tech scene. There's a lot of jobs, a lot of need for programmers. There's 5 open tech jobs for every software engineer in Germany right now. So there's a need for technical talent here. So yeah, I think that's a good reason why someone should come to Germany. It's safe, it's clean, it has a great system. And for me, the best thing about being in Germany actually is being in Europe. I just really think being in Europe is really cool. And you can be in another city, another country in hours, minutes sometimes, well, I guess hours. Like in 1 hour, you can be in 10 different countries. So if anyone is thinking about moving to Germany, I think that would be a kind of a cool benefit that Canada might not have. So yeah, just that's for the German side. Let's hear more about the Canada side. So why should people move?
Thanks for
the help. This is really unfair, but Canada is a big country. So I would say the reason people should move to Canada is because opportunity. It's the land of opportunity, in my opinion. I love Europe. I would love to move there and live there as well and be with the team. But we have to find jobs for VanHackers in Toronto, in Montreal, in Canada. And I think Canada is a great place to move because it's a good place to start a family. There's a lot of land and jobs and opportunity here. It depends on where in Canada, of course. Like, Vancouver's, got a lot of mountains, skiing, kayaking, the outdoors. Montreal has like history, culture, a bit like Europe. So if you like that European culture, Montreal is a good mix. And Toronto I've only been here now 2 days, and I've come here only 2 times before. And it's a very old city. It's a lot like a mini New York, but again, people are nicer. And yeah, I just think that Europe is a great place, and I would say that Germany and especially Berlin is a great place to work. But I would say in terms of building a career in the future, Canada is where it's at. And there are many people moving from Europe to Canada.
Heavy words. Heavy words.
Yeah, I mean, it's just yeah, I don't know. I would love to live in Europe because I like culture and history, and I think Berlin is a very cool place, and I'm learning German every day. But that said, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely big hits.
Oh. So I'm trying to learn English still, so thank you.
Yeah, I don't want to be too. I don't want to say any bad things about Germany and thing, but I think Canada is a land of opportunity.
Cool. So quickly, I'm just seeing a lot of really good questions here in the chat. Really funny. Hashtag Team Canada. I'm in Nigeria and I just got my PR. Looking forward to finding jobs digital marketer in Canada. Congrats. Hey, if you have any questions about that, you can just email us about that. So that's really cool. We'll help you get hired in Canada. But another question here, we got Sergio asked a few minutes ago about cost of living. And I think Victor also asked about monthly income. So let's talk about money and finances, because this is a very important question when you are evaluating where to live. What's the average kind of salaries for tech jobs and kind of costs of living in your respective countries? So Stephanie, maybe we can start with you since you.
Yeah. I mean, it's a wide range, of course. I mean, it depends on skills and work experience, company for sure. But in Germany, you start with 45k euros. It goes up to, I say, as a CTO or something like this, you would earn up to 90k. So this is a lot. I mean, this is more than the average people earn in Germany. So tech jobs are really well paid, and yeah, this is the range. But ask me, I found a very, very good website, and this is more specific. Like it says when you're software engineer or junior, senior, and then it gives you the exact numbers and also the different cities. So I can't go through all of them now, but I can share the site with you. I mean, it's a really good one.
Cool. Yeah, so about 45, 50, we've seen VanHackers get actually 65,000 euros a year. That translates to about 3,500 euros a month. If you're going to be, apartment, maybe about 1,000, and then so you have about 2,500 euros to live, which is a lot of money per month. You can travel, you can eat at nice restaurants, you can do whatever you want with that. It's a good salary. Good afternoon, Thiago. Good to see you here. So yeah, I think that if you work in Germany as a software engineer, it's really good. And I think another really nice benefit about Germany is also the social system. You get the good medical care, a good child care, education's free. I think Canada also has this too. So you have a lot of really good benefits from the state, from the government. That's another thing. Okay, cool. So Ash, Stephanie, please, if you have something else.
And it's also like every public service, like public transport as well, it's pretty cheap because government supports this with money, and the money comes from taxes. The rich people have to pay for it, but this is how our system works, like the social system, and I really like it. I think it's fair that when you earn, have a higher salary, you have to pay higher taxes, but also it's for the poor, the unemployed, the sick people. We help everyone, and this is, I think, a kind of very good system. No one gets lost.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Cool. And then people are asking here about taxes. I guess that's also something. Is that taxes, as well as there's a question here about Victor. We'll get to the question about how each company is open to foreigners soon. But yeah, maybe part of the finances and money conversation is taxes. So do you know what the tax rate would be, or is there maybe a better website someone can check?
This is really, really complex and complicated. It depends. When you are married and you have kids, you have to pay less taxes because you have a family. But when you earn more, and then it depends your age, your city, so many factors. But I can tell you, like, I'm not married and no kids, so I pay 40% taxes from my salary. Around. This is really high, but yeah, this is how our system works.
Cool.
I'll take the same question and talk about the taxes as well. In Canada, I think a junior developer would start off around $40,000, $45,000 in Vancouver, but in Toronto it would be a bit more, and Waterloo, of course, more than that as well. It really depends, again, on the city. Some people sacrifice how much they get paid to live in Vancouver because it's very pretty, which I don't understand sometimes. I think that companies need to pay for talent, and with companies like Amazon and Microsoft, etc., opening big offices in Vancouver, that's changing, and salaries are going up even there. But if you're like, I think the mid-level developer is like maybe with like 5 years work, you can make anywhere between 70, 80, 90. We had a recent hacker who just broke the 100K mark in Vancouver, which is pretty good to hear. So, and your tax rate depends on how much you make as well. It's the same as Germany. Canada is a country with a lot of good social services, which is why people want to live here. Just like in Germany, they have free schooling. They have, Germany actually has free universities as well, which Canada does not.
Yeah, I think
so
that's
Canada
something that Germany wins there.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Germany wins hands down. Germany has free university for foreigners as well, which is one of the reasons why I did a lot of research on the country. But you need to speak German for some of the bachelor's degrees, but for the master's, it's easier. And what else? In terms of taxation in Canada, I would say that the more you make, of course, the more you're taxed. That said, say if you start a business or something, the corporate tax rate is not that high in Canada, and for entrepreneurs. And if you are married, what they do in Canada is they do something called split income taxing. So say your significant other, your partner, wife or husband does not work, you're able to divide whatever your income you're making by 2 and then pay the tax rate for that. So if I think they might have it in Germany as well.
Yeah, the same.
So they have it in Canada where if you move to Canada and you're making $100,000 and your partner is not working yet, then you're only paying tax for $50,000. It's I'm not 100% sure because I'm not married either, and so I don't know. I haven't done the tax rate for that, but it's I do know income splitting. If anybody has any wants questions about that, just shoot me a Slack message. On either the VanHackers or the premium Slack channel, and I'll be happy to get you the information.
Awesome. And speaking of Slack, if anyone wants to join our Slack group, it's just vanhackathon.signups.team. It's free to join. We post jobs over there, a lot of content, information, answer questions. We also have our VanHack premium Slack group where we give a lot more one-on-one attention and consultations and have our interview practices and everything like this. But yeah, so just if you haven't joined already, definitely join the VanHackathon Slack group. So I saw Rafa asked about Skype. It'd be better to talk in Slack. That's where all VanHackathon is. All the VanHackers are. Also LinkedIn, Ash had mentioned there. It's a good idea. So maybe at the end or you guys can share your LinkedIn profiles with everyone if they haven't added you already from that email. Okay, cool. Well, I saw a question here about kids. And I guess none of us here have kids, so we can't really talk about raising kids in Canada or Germany. And I just want to say I'm guessing both countries are very, very good for kids. There's just a lot of programs publicly. I don't think that's something we need to talk too much about. Just they're both really good. One question I have seen a little bit about is visa. So how is visa, especially work visas, kind of compare between Canada and Germany? What are the best ways for visas to for you to get a visa in Canada and visa in Germany as a skilled worker?
So maybe I start because it's pretty easy for tech talent. So for you guys, it's pretty easy and cheap. So you will get a blue card. That means you can come to Germany within 1 to 2 months, and after 33 months, you can apply for permanent resident, or even earlier, after 21 months, when you have a German language level, I think B1 or whatever that means. But one thing, it means it's really hard to learn German. This is maybe a bad thing. You have to prove that you know our language, and then you can apply for the permanent resident visa. So the process is pretty easy and fast, because we need you guys, really. So as Ilya mentioned before, we have 5 positions for 1 developer. So this is why many companies started hiring from abroad, but it's great for VanHack and all the VanHackers, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. No, it's a place where there's tons of opportunities. If you're skilled, you have the right skills, you're gonna get jobs. And Marcelo loves Germany, so that's awesome. Cool, Ash. Well, what about the work visa for Canadians? Sorry, in Canada to Canada.
So the good thing is we have a new visa that came out in June for tech talent as well. It's called the Global Skills Visa. It allows companies to hire tech talent by applying for a visa, getting approved within 2 weeks in terms of processing time. And then after that, you apply for a visa in your own country. So that's another 2 weeks based on the paperwork. And then you're in Canada within a month and hopefully 2 weeks. So 6 weeks from the time you get a job offer till when you're sitting in your office in Canada. Nice. That said, yeah, it is. It's pretty cool. I wish they had it when I finished university because it took me some time to become a resident. For people who are not maybe like, have 5 years work experience, you can also, if you get a job, there's a few other ways to come to Canada. You can come as a student, which a lot of people do. And then you get a work permit after you finish studying. So you could do a 1 year program and you would get like a 3-year work permit. Or I'm not 100% sure, but maybe it's a 1 year permit. And if you do a 3-year program, you get 3 years, 3 years or more, you get a 3-year work permit, which is what I did. And then if you have, we have a point system for immigration. So unlike Germany, where if you live for 33 months, you qualify. In Canada, it's called express entry. How the system works is for every category, you get a certain number of points. Like you have to take a language test. If you speak English well, then you get a certain number of points. If you have work experience, 3 years abroad, and 1 year in Canada, you finish, then you can apply and you'll get your PR. So the point system is definitely good. And actually now the points have gone down very much this year. So there are a lot of people who, if your English improves to a certain point and you've only worked abroad and not worked in Canada before, you can still apply for PR. And you could look into it. But it's tougher, I know, for people not from Canada because the language test is a big part of our immigration policy. That's why, I encourage people join our coaching classes, join our English classes, our interview classes, because every day you get to speak it, it helps.
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah. So Ash is talking about VanHack Premium, which is our premium membership course where you're going to get 32 hours of monthly English practice for only 65 Canadian dollars. So $2 of English class per hour, which is the best deal you'll ever find in the entire universe, especially for people who want to work in tech in Germany, Canada, or jobs abroad. And Ash is actually one of the people who helps with this. So you get to hang out with him, which is really cool. I think
one thing, Ilya, this is maybe interesting. So when you come to Germany, you don't need to speak German. In all the large cities like Berlin, Cologne, Frankfurt, everyone speaks fluent English besides me, but all the companies we work with, like VanHack was working with, the company language is English. So we appreciate when you're open to learn German, but it's really hard. But you don't have to. You will easily survive with English in Germany as well. In the large
that's
city.
A really good point. It's a really good point. Yeah. I'm an English speaker, or non-German speaker, I should say, living in Berlin for 10 months now, almost coming up to 10 months, and it's been super easy to do everything in English. So yeah, please don't worry about that, although having German helps. Raphael asks, is it possible to travel to Germany? I'm going to actually answer this question for both Germany and Canada, only with a tourist visa and try your luck getting a job. So I would say yes, that's definitely possible. If you are able to spend 6 months of your life in another country without an income or maybe working remotely, then I would encourage you to do that, because you were really, much better off, or have a much higher chance of getting a job in person. When you go to an event, when you go to a meetup, when you're able to do a job interview in person, really that is still very important for most employers. And there's nothing better than meeting someone at an event and then getting a referral to a company. Recruiters here go to events all the time, and this is a really big way for them to find talent. So if you are able to, or if you're lucky enough to be able to work remotely, or if you have some savings, spending maybe 2, 3, 4 months in Toronto, in Berlin, in Frankfurt, or maybe not Frankfurt, in Munich, in Hamburg, in Vancouver, Montreal, and looking for jobs, it's a good strategy. Of course, it's not cheap. So it's, if you can work remotely, that definitely will help. So yeah, Rafael, it's a good question. And if you have any, and by the way, just for you guys to know, we have jobs on the VanHack job board that are open to sponsored visas. So you can't do that if you can't fly to Germany or fly to Canada for 6 months and you want to still get a job abroad. Just go to our job board, which is here, and I'm sure many of you have already seen this, but just in case, you just go here and find jobs on the visa. And we actually just had another VanHacker, or 2 VanHackers hired this week, and both actually in Canada. And I think we're going to have another VanHacker hired in Germany next week, Stephanie. So we have a lot of good things happening. A lot of people getting hired. Cool. And Guilherme asked about the LEAP program. So yeah,
Ilya, one point on this, please. Please, guys, before you apply for a German or Canadian company, ask us, the VanHack team. Maybe we already partner with this company. If not, we might be able to talk to them and ask them if they want to be a partner from VanHack. When VanHack recommends you to a company, this increases your chance of getting an interview. Yeah, much. So go that way. This is what we offer you. We make everything we can, to find new companies, more jobs for you guys, but talk to us first before you apply by yourself. This is important.
Definitely, yeah. When you apply through VanHack, what's the difference between, and we can talk about VanHack more at the end. Let's talk more about Canada and Germany, and then talk about VanHack to be in the next, a little bit closer to the end. But the biggest difference, just quickly, is that we really support you through the interview process. So we have a lot of mentorship, coaching, information about the company. Sometimes there's a VanHacker who's already working in the company that can give you tips about the company. You kind of have some inside information, and really gets you prepared. We do mock interviews with you before the interview to make sure that you are already getting hired. So if you have a question or want to apply for any job, let us know. Just you can write in the Slack group, or you can email us, and we can help you with that. So let's get back into the subject, but yeah, just for you guys to know. Cool. Ash, I think you had your hand up there.
Yeah, I just want to jump in about the whole tourist visa and student visa. And somebody asked, can you go study English in Vancouver and as a student and then apply for jobs? Yes, I know that when you come on a student visa and you're trying to switch to a work permit, it's very much frowned upon by the government. Because I was a student and I wanted to do it, and my immigration person told me that that's not a good idea. So I would be careful. I know that it's a good idea to come here and learn English. There are many VanHackers who are in Vancouver. Actually, there are some people who are there to study and learn English. And after you're done, after that, maybe if you find a company or a job through VanHack, it's easier. Now, if you get applied through the Global Skills Visa or a company that's sponsoring you, that's very different from just you getting a job and applying for a work permit. They're two different things. So companies sponsoring you through the Global Skills Visa or applying in Canada means that they're filing the paperwork for you. They're doing this thing to prove that you're the right person or they want you, and then you get a job. Now, the other side is if you get income, then you try applying for a work permit. That's different. That is actually harder to do in Canada if you come as a student or as a tourist. So there's a little difference. Your company has to be willing to, go the extra mile. And the good thing is, like Ilya said, all the companies we have listed as hiring partners in Canada do that.
Yeah, definitely. So we show you the way of getting to that company that actually is open to sponsoring, wants to hire from abroad, and will help you get to the country, either Canada or Germany. So let's go into some more questions, or talk a little bit more about which one's easier, etc. One question I've seen a couple of times is, how does each country treat international or immigrants or foreigners. So, what would you say to that? So, how in general does Canada, does Germany look towards immigrants?
So I may go. Sorry,
Please.
Ash.
Okay.
I think so. Like in the large cities in Germany, we are really, really open-minded, and everyone is welcome. So many people live here from different countries, but and still, I think because of the war in Germany, people are really like afraid to say something wrong in this. But maybe it's better like. Here, Ash, you used to be in Berlin or in Germany, and Ilya also. Maybe it's better you answer this question because I am a German, so it's hard to. Yeah.
That's why I wanted to jump in the beginning. Like I've been to Germany a few times. Like I was there, and you would consider in person. I've never experienced any kind of discrimination. I've never felt anyone be rude to me in Germany, and people have been very welcoming. This is something we talked about yesterday or last week when we had some VanHack Premium members in the interview coaching 2 days ago with Stephanie and me. German people, Stephanie is right, because of the war, they're also very politically correct. So, they're very sensitive about how they make other cultures feel in Germany. This is not everyone, of course, same thing in Canada. Not everyone is nice and not everyone is accepting, but most people are. And your day-to-day interactions, it's rare to like encounter bad things or bad situations in both countries, I would say definitely. Yeah. And for Canada itself, like Canada is a country built by immigrants. Like Ilya moved there when he was 3 years old. I moved there when I was 18. It's it's really funny is that in cities like Toronto and Vancouver, you can go from every neighborhood to neighborhood and see during which conflict people moved to that neighborhood. In the 90s, we have neighborhoods in Vancouver which were built after the wall fell, and a lot of people coming from Eastern Europe and Russia, etc., and so on. In the 2000s, a lot of people coming from Hong Kong after Hong Kong became a Chinese country, part of China again. So you can always see that. So Canada is a very welcoming country for new immigrants. It's a country built by immigrants. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm kind of an immigrant to both. I would say more to Canada because I grew up there, but recently to Germany. And I would say both countries are really great. There's no, I don't know. I don't see one better than the other in treating international talent. Or immigrants. Both countries are great. Of course, every country has their negative side. And I'm sure there's a lot of negative or bad people in both, probably like a very small percentage of the population, but it happens. But overall, I would say, maybe there's another country in the world right now, south of Canada, that might not be as welcoming to foreigners as Germany and Canada are. I won't say which one, but you guys can use your imagination. So yeah.
I just have to add one more thing is that I think even German people, if you've met them in Brazil, any other place, are like they also travel a lot and they're very like interested in other cultures, which you can't say about a lot of countries in the world. So that's something which I really loved about when I was in Germany, and I have a lot of friends there. And I hope one day if you go there and you end up getting a job with VanHack, I will also come there one day to see you. Yeah.
Yeah, and I definitely plan to be traveling between both. Okay, cool. So we still got some more questions here. How long public health as we talked about?
Sorry, I can't write and listen in the same time, guys. So this is why I don't write anything in the chat. Sorry, I will answer your questions later on.
And I'm just getting some Android jobs that we have here for Davidson. So questions. Talked about visa, how much time it takes for paperwork. Shaquille. By the way, I love your name because it's the same as Shaquille O'Neal from. Sorry. I'm gonna start calling you Shaq. So Shaq, it takes about 2 months, I would say, for both countries. So it's very similar there. Cool. Marcel asks, for example, you are in Berlin, it's possible to contact support to work on your CV. Is it parallel? Yes, that's what being a VanHack premium member is, Marcelo. Your help with your resume, help with your English, all that stuff. Okay, cool. Talked a lot about a lot of things. I guess maybe we can talk about finding a job and kind of what about like what do you need to do maybe to stand out, or kind of the job interview process. What about the differences between getting a job and the job interview process in Germany versus Canada?
Stephanie, I'll start with this one if it's okay.
Sure, please go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's a little bit different in Canada than Germany. I would say, like in Canada, your skills are very important, but the truth is, so is a cultural fit. Now, cultural fit doesn't mean you have to be Canadian. It's just that you're a very good team player. You can work well in a company. Many companies in Canada have a policy, like they call it, it's like no kind of mean people. I don't know if I can swear in this, but
no a-hole rule.
Yeah, no a-hole rule. So that's a big part of Canadian work culture, is that everyone has their own ideas, even people. It's a very like flat hierarchy, I would say. So that's very important to remember. So when the companies hire, what they do is they look to make sure that you're easy to work with, that they have a lot of questions in your interview, which will be, tell me about a time you disagreed with a team member. How did you react, and how did you go about settling your differences? When you built product, for example, there's a lot of discussion about the best way to build product. And so you'll see a lot of that in your interviews when you interview in Canada. And your technical skill is, of course, very important, but not as much as, it's a combination. So I would say that, if you end up in interviews with Canadian companies, definitely, you need to have just a freelancer and you're on this chat. I would encourage you to work on some group projects and build some things with other people and get that experience before you start interviewing with Canadian companies. That's I would say one of those differences that Canada has over some other countries and some other tech jobs. But yeah, that's one thing which people ask me about quite often.
Nice. Great stuff. Stephanie, what do you think?
Right. Yeah, I think you really need to understand the German mind when it comes to business. They are really straightforward, and in the interview process, they are tough. Because, Germans are proud of their quality and their products and all these kinds. So that means they really want to hire only the best talents. So you are the best. You need to prove. And how do you do this? This is also, it's more than your skills and work experience. If for Germany, you need to be prepared. When you're prepared, then recruiters think you are professional. That what means prepared? Like make sure the circumstances are perfect quality and Wi-Fi and all these small things. But more important, you need to know everything about the company, the product, culture. You have to have really good reasons. Why do you want to work for us? Or why do you want to move to Germany, to Berlin, whatever? And they test you on this. They really test if you have done some research about the company and the product. And you need to point out how you can help and support them to improve their product because of your work experience, all these kinds of things. If you can't do this, you're out right away. They underline, they ask you in every single sentence, like, why should we hire you? And you have to have the answers, and then you win. That's it. And then if you win, like if they think you're a professional and you're a good fit for their company, they offer you everything you want. German companies really, they offer lots of benefits, high salary, like as a tech guy, you have a great life here, really. So, but you need to be prepared. And this is why we are here for, like, really go to the prep calls with us.
I just want to expand on that. Just add that I had a conversation with someone yesterday in Toronto, a person who works with a lot of companies here. And that was it. That she said that's the VanHack advantage, is that we prepare. She asked me, why is VanHack different from other recruitment companies that we could work with? And I said that it's because we do mock interviews, we prepare people, we create a document for each company which you can read. So before, when you apply for a job, I'm not sure, I think you get an automatic email with a summary of that company and why, like, you know, which city it's in. And like Stephanie, myself, everyone in any VanHack job tries to prepare that. And definitely reach out once you get an interview and get the mock interview. And that's the difference. Because if you're not prepared, especially when you're living in a different country, they will not take you seriously at all. Because you need to know, you know, why do you want to move to Berlin? Why do you want to move to Hamburg? Why do you want to move to Vancouver? You need to tell them, you know, that you understand it's a big risk for both them and for you, but you're willing to take it for you and your family and whatever reason, or for because you love the product of the company. You have to be very specific for every job. Like, you know, if you don't have a lot of React experience and you apply for a React job, then you cannot answer that question. You know, as why do you want to be a React developer? It's tougher, right? So very much look for the jobs and that are relevant to you and apply for them. And on top of that, do the research about the product, the city, the company, please.
Yeah, agree.
Yeah, do your homework. And I think in general, if you are companies, what they worry about is people wanting to move to a country and work with them just so they can move to a country. So make sure you do everything you can to show them that you want to work for them, and that's what they, that's what they want to see. Great, cool. So let's maybe move on here. Kind of 15 minutes left. I guess, is there any questions? Anything I've missed? I feel like we've gone through a lot. Yeah, we've talked about cost of living, talked about healthcare, public safety, how foreigners are treated, how to get jobs. Is there any questions that I haven't missed? I'm not sure. And oh, hey, Camilo, good to see Camilo here. Camilo just recently got hired in Vancouver, so through VanHack. So I guess that's really great to see. Hey, Camilo.
Maybe the living costs and also health insurance. So this is a question I have been asked many times by you guys. So Germany has one of the best healthcare system of the world, and the company covers the cost for you and your family. Yeah, but I don't know, Ash, how is it in Canada? Do you know this?
I think Ash has jumped off here. Maybe had some technical issues, so just keep going. I actually know this. So yes, the government does. I think health as well is very good in Canada. Hey Ash, good to have you back. So yeah, in Canada, the healthcare system is very strong. There's a kind of a national health system where you pay a small fee every month, about $75 per person every month, but you get pretty much unlimited healthcare for that. Emergency room, anything you might need. If you want something faster, we have a kind of a combination of public-private. So we have the public system, which is free or like very low cost. Maybe not free, you pay taxes. And then if you want a little bit better service, you can choose the private system to kind of have something faster if you really need something like very, very quickly. But I think overall, both countries are very similar and very, very good in this case.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think a lot about Canada versus Germany, and I'm seeing that Canada and Germany are super similar. There's not much difference between them other than geography. So a funny question, which was, what is the coldest country?
Yeah, this is easy.
I think it depends where you live, but I think Canada.
Really? Is it more?
The Arctic in the top with.
Sorry.
Yeah, but sorry. Go ahead, Stephanie. What were you gonna say?
This is one thing I don't like about Germany. This is the cold winter time. It's really like raining. It's really cold. So Canada, how is it in Canada? Is it more cold than Germany?
It depends on where you live. It's worse. It depends on where you live, though. In Vancouver, it doesn't snow as much as in Montreal or Toronto, so you never see -30. That's why Vancouver's a beautiful place to live. That's also, but certain parts, like Montreal is probably colder than Berlin for sure. And Toronto is as cold as Berlin in the winter, I would say. Yeah. But, and then there are parts of Canada I would see -50, but hope, like, yeah.
Yeah. So if there's any brave Van Hackers who want to get a job in Winnipeg, we just started working with a new company that's hiring 40 people to work. They're looking for people who work with React, people who work with Java, DevOps, and there's probably more that I'm missing. But yeah, there's a lot of jobs in Winnipeg, which is a great city, but it's a little bit cold. So if you like the cold, then and you work with yeah.
Winnipeg also has a really good. It's a really good place, like buy a house and raise a family, I think, because its cost of living is very low there. So if you're moving there, I mean, yeah, it's cold, but yeah, I know for a fact that, for example, houses are much bigger there, or Toronto. Yeah.
Cool. Oh, I want one more question I saw was like many times it's about the living costs in Germany. Just give you an example I found on a website. It's like for a single person, it's around 800 in Berlin, but without rent. And rent is all in Germany now. It's most of the most expensive things. And a four-person family is a monthly cost around 2,500 in Berlin. But if you have like Munich, you can say it's 15% higher, and Hamburg it's around 12% higher. So now you can do the math, but it's just a rough idea. Like it depends how much you spend, of course.
Yeah, definitely. Cool. So yeah, we got 10 more minutes here. People are asking questions about developer. What's the culture like in terms of investing in training and helping their employees grow? Great question, Shaq.
So I can answer this. I know that many startups really appreciate when the developers and employees go out and learn new stuff, and they support it in many different ways. Yes.
Same question. In terms of support, I think technology companies anywhere in the world provide a lot of support for their employees, and they encourage you to learn. And I think it's awesome that we work in an industry that has meetups in every city, that has hackathons, that has all these things, and most of the companies in Toronto, Vancouver, etc., will host these events, and many of our partners do that. So you have this opportunity to continue to grow as a developer, and it's a very hack-centric culture. That's why we're VanHack, and yeah, and I can tell you more as well. That's when he was building VanHack, he went to a lot of meetups in Vancouver, and I've been here in Toronto 3 days, and I've already been to I think 3 events. It's amazing, and the companies here are super supportive. Many companies will have a budget for you to learn. They provide free classes, coding classes online. Anything you need to is paid for.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you think about it, the companies want you to get better, right? They want you to be a better developer, so you create better product for their company and for their customers. So the company grows and everyone grows and everything gets better. So yeah, the companies always are investing in training and wanting you to become a better professional.
Yeah,
great.
And to answer this question, we have IT jobs all over in Germany, but why we talk about the large cities, Frankfurt, Hamburg, Berlin, Munich, is because of in the other areas they only speak German. I think in most of companies is still the company language is still German. This is why we work with the companies in larger cities. It's all, but
yeah, definitely, yeah, we focus on Berlin, Hamburg, Munich, I guess Frankfurt as well. But yeah, and in Canada, it's actually we're starting to go very diverse in terms of the different cities. We actually have a job in Prince Edward Island. If anyone here works with DICOM, do you guys know this? Medical imaging. We have a very specialized job for someone to work in Prince Edward Island. So if there's any DICOM engineers here, DICOM like this, It's just a random thing. It's funny. Anyway, cool. So someone asked, I think Hector asked about the average recruitment processing time, or how long it takes. So I think both cities or both countries, sorry, are similar. What do you guys think?
I can answer this. I think the startups, the process it's faster. Like you can have after 2 interviews you get hired, but in the large groups this is often really, really long and tough process. But it depends. I mean, every company is different, and yeah, we can't say this like there's no average.
I just got a message that a VanHacker got hired in Germany, so that's great. Yeah, so cool. Live hire just here on the webinar. So yeah, hopefully we get another VanHacker hired in the next 5 minutes in Canada too, so we can have one-on-one.
Cool.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, and he's moving there with his wife and daughter. That's really great. I think he's from Cuba, so that's super cool. Yeah, his name is Rafael. I don't know if Rafael's on the webinar, but congrats, Rafael. Cool. So yeah, let's keep going here. Any other questions? I saw Vinicius asked and I answered in the chat about the difference in resumes, and people are asking about resumes. I would say it's pretty similar, the kind of resumes that you need in Canada and also you know, in Germany. What do you guys think?
Ash, I don't know how the resumes look like in Canada.
I think the main difference between the resumes in Germany and the resumes in Canada is that it's like nothing. I don't know. I think that
there's no difference. There's no difference. You have to have a good resume. Yes.
You have to have a good resume.
Oh, cool. Rafael, he's here. Rafael just told. Yeah, he's here in the webinar. And he just got hired. So congratulations, Rafael.
Congratulations, Rafael. What company?
It's a company in Bamberg. I think it's not from a VanHack job, but he's a VanHack premium member who learned from us, got our training, and yeah, he got hired. And so that's great news, Rafael. Congrats. So yeah, really cool.
And
cool.
Rafael, so, I will support your wife will get hired in Germany too. He wrote me a message before via Slack. So cool. I will support you with this. Okay, cool.
Awesome. So who's next? I always like to say. Who's gonna get hired next? Cool. So yeah, but just like I guess to finish off here, we don't have too much time, so I just want to talk about like quickly. If you guys want to move to Canada, to Germany, to other countries like Ireland, the Netherlands, even Australia, see some kangaroos. We have jobs from all over the world that are open to sponsoring your visa, and we support you when you are applying for those jobs, either through our VanHack Premium course, which has over, or like I said, 32 hours of English practice per month. We have review your resume, help you with your interview, your cover letter, and then also support you through every interview, or just directly if you apply to a VanHack job, we also help you with mock interviews during that job process. So either one, if you want to just apply for jobs or if you need some extra help with English, check out vanhack.com. And I think I posted some jobs here before. So yeah, there's a lot of jobs. I think we have over 100 jobs now around the world. You can recommend new companies. That's a great question. Great point, Shaq. Recommend new companies who are not on VanHack, so we can reach out to them and partner with them. That'd be great. Actually, we're about to start working with a very cool sports company, right, Stephanie? That we'll share about later in Germany. That was a VanHacker dream job. So now we start working with them because of this. And some great questions here. People are saying they're next. Bruno Bonado, I have a good feeling you're next too. Felipe, that's really cool. I don't know you so well, but please get in touch with us and we'll make sure we get you hired fast. Alex, you too. Any other things that I missed? Oh yeah, Kai Frota asks, I'm receiving 2.5 years diploma soon, 10 years experience with Java and Oracle. 10 years experience with Java is really, really good. I mean, of course you have to be good, not just having experience, but also be a good software engineer. But yeah, we have a lot of Java jobs. We have Java jobs all over the world. Java jobs, it's a funny thing to say. So cool. Guilherme, I'm guessing Guilherme, who's in the Netherlands, in Rotterdam. Guilherme Ferreira, is that you? I don't know your last name. So yeah. Oh, we do have .NET jobs. Yes, we have .NET jobs in Amsterdam and in Dublin. So for sure. Digital marketing jobs, not so many right now, but get in touch with Ash. And by the way, yeah, guys, Ash, Stephanie, if you can share your LinkedIn accounts and your emails in the chat so everyone can get in touch. Cool. Oh, awesome, Guilherme, good to see you here. We still need to do our success case video, Guilherme. I'm gonna hunt you down for that. It's been a few months now that you're in Germany, or sorry, that you're in Rotterdam. So it's time to do a little video. But yeah, cool guys. So add Ash, add Stephanie on LinkedIn. If I haven't added myself as well on LinkedIn, please add me there. We share a lot of jobs on LinkedIn too. If you haven't liked VanHack's page on Facebook and all that stuff, please as well. I guess we can join the Slack channel as well. That's also really important. So we have a lot of ways to communicate with you, a lot of ways to share information. If you're looking for a job abroad, I'm going to say this. I think we're the best place to help you make that happen. So that maybe not very Canadian or German of me to say that, but I believe in it. We're at over 220 VanHackers hired internationally in the last 2 years, and we're looking to get to 300 by January 1st, 2018 or December 31st, 2017. So we have about 80 people to get hired in the next 4 months or 3.5 months now. It's a lot, but we think we can do it or get close. We took 2 years to get to 200, and we want to get to, how long was it? We took 2 years to get to 100, and this year already we've gone to 220. So we've more than doubled the number of VanHackers hired in less than 1 year, and we want to double it in this year. So anyway, big goals, and Stephanie and Ash are really here for you. So if you want to get hired in Germany, talk to Stephanie. If you want to get hired in Canada, talk to Ash. And it's been a really, really fun webinar. So thanks, guys.
Thank you. Yeah.
Cool.
And I just want to add, thanks a lot for joining. It would be really cool. Stephanie has this list of dream companies. So if there's a company, a job that you think you're a really good fit for, they're not a VanHack client, just send it over, let us know, and say, Hash, I want this company. And we're definitely going to reach out and try to get those jobs on VanHack. And I want to see many people here in Vancouver, in Toronto, and also in Vancouver. And it's really cool to be able to do this. Yeah, as an immigrant, it's awesome. We welcome you. Yeah.
Cool, awesome. And I guess last thing is we're really open. We want to be accessible and talk to you guys and really help. And I know there's many VanHackers here who we've talked to a lot. Rodrigo and Guilherme, who I've met in person before. Marcelo, we've been talking to a lot as well. Shaq, with him yesterday, Bruno as well. So for us, it's really when we want to understand who you are, help you as a person. We don't see our members as users of our website. We see everyone as a VanHacker. We're a community, and that's really important for us. So please don't feel shy to reach out with any questions. Cool.
It is our mission to get you all hired. So this is why we talk to so many companies every day. So please reach out to me when you find a company in Germany you would love to work for. Tell me, write me your motivation, why, and I promise you I will talk to the company and maybe they agree to be our partner, and I will let you know. And Ash is doing the same for Canada.
Yeah. And I want to add, join me during the interview coaching if you're a premium member. We have some amazing people. It's a really cool way. That's one of my favorite ways of connecting with VanHackers. So it's Monday to Thursday, 1 hour a day.
Awesome. Thank you so much for all this. Yeah, thank you for so many nice and good things. Thank you so much. I enjoyed it with you. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun as always, guys. And we'll see you in the next webinar. We'll probably have another webinar in a few weeks. Watch out for more information on that in your emails. This video will be put on YouTube again, later, so you can watch it again. Yeah, I guess let's apply for the jobs. We'll get you into them. We'll get you hired. Just a matter of time. So thanks a lot, everyone, and keep on van hacking.
Bye.